This is Matt Johnson. I've got Greg McDaniel with me. We are the co-host of Real Estate Uncensored. Thank you so much for watching this short video. Guys, if you have never tried prospecting before, or you've been doing some prospecting, you've been trying to get some clients, and you are just massively, epically failing, we have something really special for you guys. So, Greg, first of all, let's welcome you into the video. What is up, man?
About time you brought me in, Johnson. My God, I was feeling like I was off the Christmas card list all of a sudden. Good Lord. So you wanted to ask me a question. Go ahead.
Yes. So first of all, why are we here? What are we talking about today?
To turn the camera and just look at our beautiful faces. That's what we're here to talk about. Oh, besides that, well, the real reason, circle prospecting, Matt. We want to talk to people that have epically failed or feel that they're epically failing in circle prospecting, and basically shine the light on the goodness. Basically, like baby Jesus coming down from the heavens with a halo of light around him. Oh! We want that experience with circle prospecting, Matt. Come on, you know this.
So why circle prospecting?
In all honesty, circle prospecting is the engine of my business. I do circle prospecting around listings, just solds, pendings, buyer needs, introducing myself into neighborhoods. I do circle calls with an electronic dialer. I originally started doing it with my fingers, through different areas. But it is the way to penetrate into a marketplace effectively, efficiently, being able to create and maintain a lead flow, either high or low, depending on your work, how much you want to put into it. But that's how literally we get about 40% of our business on our team, because I have two other business partners, and they uniquely bring in, since I'm 1/3, my father, Terry, our founder, 45 years in the business, who I've sat at his feet and learned from my entire career. And when I was a kid too, man, when I was in junior high, you don't get the driver's license in junior high. And when I turned 16.
This is not Wyoming.
Well, it's not Nebraska either, buddy. I got my license at 16, and I'm like, awesome, I get to go driving with Dad, and it's gonna be cool, windows down, music up, we're rocking down, I have my arm hanging out. He's like, hey Greg, want to drive? I'm like, yeah. So I grabbed the keys, got in the car. None of that was real. I was my dad's chauffeur. Windows up, air conditioning on, Terry on phone. But what it gave me a unique perspective of how he built his business, because he built his business from door knocking in the snow in Boulder, Colorado, when he was flat ass broke and had to support my mom as a new wife. So, this has just been instilled into me that this is how you do it. Yeah, guys, it is hard work, but it gives you large results. And that's what this program is going to show you. We're going to show you how to do it effectively, efficiently, professionally, and with some humor. Because we can't
guarantee that. We can't guarantee that. There's no guarantee on that. But anyway, so the end, you mentioned the engine, right? What I love about that analogy is that it literally is something that you can rev up or down, right? Yeah. So if you want more leads, especially if you want more of a certain type of client that you really like working with, or if there are certain people in certain areas where you love that neighborhood, you can go out and you can get more clients in that exact area and that exact profile that you want, because you know exactly who to call and when and what to say. That's the cool thing that I love about circle prospecting and the way that you teach it. It gives people the way to build this. It's super predictable. It's super under their control, to where they can have as many clients as they want. It just depends on the types of calls that they make, where they make them, and how good they are at making them. So it's like this, and I don't see a lot of people out there using this. All I do is talk to and interview some of the top agents around the country. I hear very few people that do this predictably and consistently like you do. So it's kind of it's a lost skill set. There's not a lot of people out there that are doing it, and there's not a lot of people out there that are teaching it.
Well, Matt, there's a really good reason why it's a lost skill set. And this is the reason why. It's because people don't want to work hard for business. They want to have everything handed to them on a silver platter. Look, guys, I'm going to be really honest with you. This is a hard business. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to keep saying it, because it is a hard business. But I can show you how to predictably build your business, and eventually you could sell it off at some point down the road, because you'll be so successful. But this skill sets here, it's not the easy button, okay? But it's fun when you get to do it. I went out, and when I started in this business, guys, I was a douchebag. I came out of college. I had a PhD, and that's it, man. A public high school diploma. 2 years of college. I came back fat and hairy from college after 2 years, and my dad finally let me join. He talked me into joining the team. And again, I'm going back to senior douchebag. He wouldn't let me near a client. So for a year, I honed my skills door knocking every single day, 5 days a week, 6 to 7 hours a day, you know, and I started tracking everything. I started learning and watching and seeing how the market is moving and shifting. I got to meet the neighborhood. I got to, you know, have a lot of fun and some very scary stories. One, I almost got eaten by about 150-pound pit bull. Another guy answered the door with a revolver on his lap. Not that much fun. But I also met friends that I've literally traveled the world with. I've met people that have done business with me, not just in real estate, but in other industries. I've created very good, close friendships with people in the area. I've also been the guy that's top of mind. Matt, you'll get a kick out of this. I was door knocking, right? And I was on a street called Casa Vallecita, one of my favorite streets in our marketplace. I don't know why I just like it. But one of the houses has these huge redwood trees, right? And I met this gal at a broker's tour. And she's like, oh, I live on Casa Vallecita. And she said the name. And since I had a sheet, I knew the last name. I'm like, oh, I know which house is yours. You're the one that has the 2 huge redwood trees. Your husband drives a motorcycle and you just had a brand new baby. And the chick's like, I'm like, no. I'm not a stalker. I just door knock a lot. It's okay. She literally took a step back from me. But you get to know the neighborhoods intimately, and you can help the neighborhoods as well. Give value before you ask for anything in return. So if they need a handyman, a contractor, an attorney, a landscaper, a hardwood floor guy, you know, anything like that, you're giving value. Then you become the sticky person in their mind when it becomes to real estate. You're not just asking for something. You're not that blood-sucking real estate agent, which I was actually called one time, and they verbally bitch slapped the human who said that to me. But that's for another day, man. Another story. But I pride ourselves on giving away, you know, you'll pride yourself on giving away value before you get value. And once you do that, the people will care about you, because the old saying is people don't care about you until they know that you care about them. And that's in a nutshell what we're going to go over in this, you know, product and in this time we spend together. But you're also going to be able to showcase, like you said earlier, how you're going to be able to turn the switch on, turn the switch off, and really do it efficiently and effectively with the right techniques and scripts and everything else.
Yeah, because I mean that's where I think a lot of our viewers and listeners to the podcast are sitting at. And if you're new to our world, that's okay too. We host a show called Real Estate Uncensored, where all we do is we help agents with tactics and ideas on how to grow their business and how to get more clients. And what we hear is that there's a lot of people that are kind of sitting around the office and they don't have enough clients to work with. And they're sitting there asking themselves, okay, who can I talk to today? How can I get a client today? Who do I even talk to? What do I say? How do I reach out to them? And most of all, like, how do I find people to work with without being annoying? Yeah. Right. I mean, there's a reason people are not sitting down and making lists of everyone they've ever met in their entire life and picking up the phone and calling them. And it's because we feel like we're annoying to them. And it's any normal human being, I feel like, has that feeling, and we don't want to impose on other people, which is all right. So take me through, Greg, the kind of the story of how you got over that, and just like, where did you come across circle prospecting and why it solves that whole problem of kind of feeling like you're being annoying to people?
Okay, so like I told you guys before, my father started door knocking in Boulder, Colorado 45 years ago when he was a young agent. And I asked him one day, Dad, because I was struggling with it when I was younger as well. You know, I feel awkward when I go talk to these people. I'm like trespassing, right? And he's like, Greg, this is what you need to understand. When I was out there door knocking in galoshes and an overcoat in snow, what I said to myself is 2 things. One, everyone, you know, behind these doors like me. They just don't know me yet, and I'm giving them the opportunity to get to know me. And 2, I had the cure for polio. Now, my dad's older brother got polio, and he couldn't cure it. They didn't have the cure back then. So my dad said he's going to be out there helping other people. That's what really transformed my mindset on it. I walked up to him like, dude, you got a freaking problem? Yo, I'll solve it. Yeah, go Vanilla Ice. But anyways, but I really do that. I really do view them as having a problem, because a buyer has a problem. They need to buy. A seller has a problem. They need to sell. You're a facilitator. And that's how I changed my mindset about it. So once I had that mindset change, then all I had to do is go put it into action. Now, I didn't have this product. I didn't have this opportunity to learn how to do it on my with some help and guidance before I hit the road. I just went out there and I just did it. Dude, I fell on my face so many times. But that's okay. It's the part of learning. We're gonna shorten that curve. We're gonna shorten that timeline from 8. I've done this for 18 years as of the date of this recording. So we're going to put 18 years of knowledge into this. Yeah. And we're gonna say, hey, okay, guys, you don't have to fall on your face. We're gonna basically fold that piece of paper and bring those 2 ends together. And then it's up to you to put it into action, but we're going to give you the tools, tactics, and everything else. They're going to go out there and do it. So now the story that you want to hear, Matt, is that I went down to $35 to my name. I went through bankruptcy. I went through foreclosure. I lost both of my houses that I had, and I lost both of my cars. I had to give my prized possession of my Denali to one of my best friends to pay the $650 monthly payments because I couldn't pay them. That's what was my massive, massive motivator for me, because I had to drive this shit car, for a couple of months, and it hit me in my ego, hit me mentally, and it forced me out of my comfort zone. So what do you do when you're forced out of your comfort zone? If you have a want, need, or desire, you make it happen without any reservations. So what I did, there's a photo of it. It's not here, but there's a photo of me the first day I hit the ground running after I went flat broke. I'm living in this shitty, shitty house. It's built in 1935, is infested with black widows. My roommate at the time got bit by a black widow and hospitalized. It was drafty. It was horrible. He actually still feels the wound when it gets cold. It actually still reacts. But I said, this is not the freaking life I'm going to live. And so I got up. I got on a dress shirt that looked like a balloon tent, a circus tent. I put on some slacks that were a little too short for me. And I went and got one of my dad's old ties that literally had some holes in it. I dressed myself up looking like an idiot, and I went out door knocking. 7 days a week, I door knocked for at least 5 hours. And I went up hills, down hills, flat areas, hot, cold, doesn't matter. If it was pouring rain, I would go in and I would do circle calls around a certain house that just sold. Besides that, if it was over 100 degrees, I'd come inside and I would be doing something inside, doing circle prospecting. Now, what took place there is unique. Is that when you burn the boats and you have no one to go to because everyone around me was just as broke or more broke than I was, you're going to do what it takes. And I did it. And it slowly but surely it started working. And within the first month, we had our first listing. And then that parlayed into additional, listings and buyers based upon the circle prospecting, door knocking, and calling around that listing. Then I went back into my database and I started doing more circle prospecting in the neighborhoods that we had worked in. Got another listing, and they just and it sped up. But what a lot of people do is they stop prospecting. I didn't do that. I never stopped prospecting. You know what? I do when I was doing my circle, calls. Well, let me get to that in a second. What I did was, as soon as I could afford, a little bit more, money, I was looking at my time. My time was becoming valuable because I was getting deals. So I'm like, I can't door knock all day like I used to door knock. So what am I going to do? Like, well, let's do calls. I hate calls. Let's do calls. I'm like, how do I make more call? Typed it in, and I'm like, triple line dialer. What's a triple line dialer? And I'm like, well, let's take that one. And it was Mojo, triple line dialer for $150 a month. So I finagled my team to pay the $150 a month. Guess what happened? I didn't make the calls because it wasn't coming. No, you didn't make calls.
Come on now.
So I for about 4 months, they were like, we were just doing nothing. And I'm like, why are we not becoming more effective? We have a triple line dialer. I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm not doing it. So I said, okay, cancel the team card, uploaded my own card, which is still active today. I personally pay out of my own pocket. It's not a big amount of money. It's $150, right? But it was a motivation enough to know that if I didn't do anything, I was literally taking $150 and lighting it on fire, and there it goes. So then I got on the dialer, man. And then that's where the magic really started to take off, because I found this beautiful tool that not only, like in our marketplace, we could do about 25 doors an hour because we have about a third to a half acre lots in the majority of our areas. And so I'm like, okay, so what can this thing do? So I fired up the old 3-line dialer. Yes, I was a little nervous, but I was also very curious to see what it could do. It blew my mind. I immediately went to like 100, 150 phone calls an hour. I mean, with about a 10 to 14% connection rate. Oh my gosh, man, talk about life hacking. Then I just got addicted to it. I just couldn't stop. There was 2 years that I literally did nothing but sit on my ass right here, also working with clients. But I would do 250 to begin. And then I stepped up to 500. Then I stepped it up to 750 phone calls a day. Then my biggest day I ever did on circle prospecting on the dialer was 1,131 phone calls. Yes, my brain did melt that day, and I went home and had a beer and watched paint dry. But I can how I broke it up. I did the 500 calls. I was pretty consistent on that. I would do a chunk at 250 in the morning, a chunk at 250 in the afternoon, take a break, go get my car clean, go walk around outside, have lunch, whatever it was. But then I'd come back, but I was persistent and consistent about it. And with that persistence, my team saw lead, listing after 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 listing come into play because of the consistency. Now, as I did this, I A/B tested script after script after script after script. I tried different tonalities, different times. I actually tried other callers, which I didn't really like, and I let them go. So basically what I'm saying is, once I found the magic elixir, I have never stopped taking it because I know for a fact it puts a large amount of money into our pockets. And I'm always consistently trying to time and life hack my life. Even as this recording is happening right now and in the future, I'm always looking for ways to improve my circle prospecting to do it. So that's what we're bringing, guys. We're bringing how to do this the correct way. And, included in this, we're going to give you guys a tracking sheet where I'm going to tell you what your minute is valued at, what your hour, your lead, every door or call you make, and what you're worth on an hourly basis doing prospecting, so that when you can look at that, my hourly value, guys, is $1,250. Every hour, that's my value doing calls. I mean, shit, doctors don't even make that kind of skrill. And it's all from sitting here, picking up this thing, call the phone. Hello, you're going to get very comfortable with that. And just sitting here and doing the dialers. I'm going to show you how to make it fun. Fun, I say. That's an F word, Matt. I just dropped an F word. Oh my gosh. But guys, all jesting aside, I really will show you how to do this. I'm going to show you how to not have your mind melt, make some money, and how to do it and provide for your families.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, and I know you have because of what you've been through, you have a heart for people that are in this position where they want to talk to people, they want to do some business, they want to get more clients, they want to help people, but they want to do it in an authentic way. They don't want to be annoying to people, they don't want to impose on people, and yeah, this really is the answer to that, because you are the dirty little secret I think about circle prospecting is it's not about what you want, it's about giving them good news. And everything from there flows much, much better. Because I've heard your phone calls, and when we're actually, if they're at this point, they've probably seen some of your live lead generation prospecting, and so they might know, the people that are watching this video might know exactly what we're talking about here. But I mean, you really are just calling to deliver some good news, and so that eliminates a lot of the resistance that people think they're going to get, because we sit back and we're used to hearing, we're used to getting the phone call on the other end, and the person that's on the other end, they don't care about us. They're reading off of a script. They're imposing on our time. They're not bringing us any value. And so then we internalize that and we go, yeah, but I don't want to be that. Right. Well, nobody does. We're not that's not what circle prospecting is about. It's about delivering good news to people, giving them a chance to build a relationship with you and get to know who you are. And you're just uncovering needs. And if they have a need, then you're there to be helpful. And if they don't have a need, you just offer to keep in touch with them. And so it's a very, very different, it's a very authentic approach. And you've developed some stuff just over the past few months with Go for No, and just how you track things, how you approach things, some of the phrasing and the tonality. I mean, this is stuff that I don't hear anybody else doing or saying, and that's the kind of stuff that is going into this course, which is going to be phenomenal. So, that said.
Well, actually, Matt, you want to hear something funny? I literally just got a Facebook message as we were recording this. Okay. From one of the guys that watched me go live on the circle prospecting. Quote, I got to read this to you. That spreadsheet with your numbers is straight gangster. LOL. I have been asked for this. I have a guy right now, Matt, from an organization that you and I went to Tahoe you were attending. I went up to visit with you for one day. This guy is literally banging down my door, offering to trade me all these other spreadsheets just for a copy of this spreadsheet. And I've told him no. He's like, dude, you're being a dick. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's not for sale, man. It's not the finished product yet. I got to change it up. But this is what you're going to get a gangster tracking sheet. And I'm not kidding, guys. Seriously, it will predict your income. Like, so you can be comfortable. You can show this to your spouse, your husband, your wife, your significant other, your kids if they're your inspiration. Shit, your dog if you want to. If he like, hey Fido, you want more dog bones? Check it out, player. I'm gonna make this much money. You know, but it will show you. It'll give you an encouragement, guys, and it will help you understand why this is so valuable. And it's gonna also say, if I'm worth, like, we'll just say, use me. If I'm worth $1,200 an hour, why would I pay $1,200 a month to Zillow or Trulia, same company, or anybody else to get online leads when I can get paid that much every hour to do something that's free or virtually free? But anyways, yeah, that's I get amped up on this stuff. Sorry.
I know you do. Well, let me give everybody kind of a quick sample of what we cover in the course. So this is Rockstar Prospecting Circle Calls. So this is a 4-week course. It's not super long. It's super in-depth. It's super immersive. So you come out with everything that you need at the end of those 30 days to start making calls and know exactly what to say, who to talk to, all that good stuff. So how to go for no, making the calls, where to get the neighborhood data. That's a big question people always ask. Like, where do I get the numbers to call? We'll cover all that. How to call just solds, just listed, just pendings, open house, buyer needs, personal introduction. We go into why you should stammer and stutter on the call, which is totally counterintuitive. That's something I've never heard anybody else say. How to mirror and match when you're on the phone with somebody, the phrasing and the tonality, and then voicemails, whether to leave them, whether to not leave them, what should you say? That's always a big question that people have. We're going to cover all that. We're going to talk about what happens when you get a yes. So let's say you call up and you deliver the good news that a home has just sold for $20,000 over list price. Have you ever thought about selling your home? Why, yes, I have, Matt. No. And you go, oh crap, I have no idea what to do next.
You're the dog that caught the car you were chasing.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to have a very natural conversation with anyone about their life and about real estate using the Ford technique. We're going to talk about pre-qualification questions and how to set appointments. So if they do say yes and they are really serious, that you know exactly how to handle it and how to take the next steps towards working with them. So it's not just about making calls and feeling good about yourself and having the warm fuzzies. It's actually about getting clients and knowing what to do with them. And then we're going to talk about setting your daily schedule, tracking your numbers. We're going to use the prospecting tracking sheet that Greg was talking about, how to know your hourly value, and then taking the insanity challenge. And we'll get into that when we actually get into the course. We won't preview that here on the video, but anyway, those are all the things we're going to cover on the course. It's going to be super awesome. It's me and you for an hour a week for 4 weeks. All the details are on the page here, so we won't bore you with the actual details. We'll let the page do the talking on that. But Greg, anything else that you want to add?
Matt, we're going to throw one more script in there for him. You know what? Buy now, and you'll get one. You get two.
That's right.
Wow, sham wows. No, so you're going to get another script. It's called the trip. It's going to be the triple.
Really, the sham wow?
I don't know.
Man, you're reaching into blast from the past with that one. Goodness.
I know. It's the only one I could think of. But we're also going to give you guys a triple F script. And a few more that are coming to mind right now that I forgot when Matt and I were putting this program together. We're going to give you the elevator script. That shit is epic. I saw my dad drop that on a lady one day. You should have seen her. You would think she got punched in the stomach. She's like, and I'm like, I looked at him. That's why I'm the junior grandmaster and he is the grandmaster. I'm like, dude, you still got it, Playboy. He's like, what?
He doesn't even. That's the greatest. He doesn't even know.
No, because I call him T Diddy. What up, T Diddy? For P Diddy, and he's like, T what? I'm like, oh, you are old, but I love you.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Gotta love your dad.
Oh yeah, dude. We're gonna have him back on the show a bunch more times. He'll do anything to help us out. So, anyways, guys, that's it. We got some extra goodies for you. So, yeah, back to you, buddy.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, just go ahead and click the button and sign up and see when the next class is starting. We'd love to get you in, and all the details are on the page. If you have any questions, reach out to us. You know where to find us. Facebook is always the best. Just reach out. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, we'll hopefully see you in Rockstar Prospecting Circle Calls on the next training course.
Yeah, guys, we love you. We cannot wait to see you grow your business.